So for the 3 types of noticing, it was attending, interpreting, and deciding. So basically, for attending, you're just taking note of things that are going on, what the child does, like how they use their hands or fingers or tools or whatever they're provided with, and if there's anything else going on in the background, you know, if that could have made a difference in whatever was being done. So an example of that was with my diagnostic interview I did last semester. Each of my kids were provided with like counters and just a bunch of different manipulatives, but all 3 of them chose to use their fingers as well as the counters. So I mean, I was able to use that to see that they're more comfortable using that. As far as interpreting goes, which is the second one, it's just basically using the information that you've gathered from attending to the student and paying attention and just making notes on it. Being able to use that to decide what the best approach would be in terms of that student's specific needs, or if the class as a whole is struggling in something. It's just being able to interpret the data in a way that's helpful for you. And then deciding just builds onto that, and it's just kind of like whatever manner you decide to use as far as a tactic or how you interpret that manner of thinking and what approach you're going to use to help that student. And an example of that was like in my diagnostic interview in my students last semester, I noticed that certain ones were struggling in terms of adding and subtracting and differentiating between the two as they were first graders. So I just decided to take each student separately and work with that student based on the fact that I knew, okay, this one was struggling here, or she noticed that, you know, this belonged in the 10 spot, but it really didn't, and the place value was messed up. So we took each student aside separately and worked with them on an individual level so that you could truly get to the bottom of what their issue was, if it was a misconception or an error or just simply not understanding the concept.